Okay, here we go. We are live. Oh, Tim Roche is here, and Tim Roche said, comment. Sure. Hi. Comment. Just 1 minute, please. I need to get my, if you want to mute your tablet, please, just because there's feedback.
Oh, I don't know how.
And there we go.
Just turn the volume down?
We are live. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Hello, bonjour. My name is Denise Willerton. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in East St. Paul, Manitoba, Canada. I want to welcome you here. We are working on my grandson's album. I just might finish it today. Wouldn't that be something? I think we're on part 21. So here is his album. And we've got, some of the decorations are already done, but not all. I don't think I'm going to do all of them, but I do have a few elements that are cut and ready to go that I'd like to pop in there. So the album has pullouts and flips and openings and all the good things. So if you are interested in this, just drop me a line, drop me a comment, and I can send you the sign-up sheet, which gives you all the information on pricing and all of that. So we've got a little booklet here. I think it's empty, and you know what? I'm going to leave it that way because I want Mom to be able to do kind of her own personal things on here as well. I feel like I'm a little bit crooked, but that's okay. So yeah, if you're watching, please let me know where you're watching from. I'd love to say hello. This one here, I decided last night. So here we've got this great big flap. Okay, I've got that side done. This side here, I've got a nice big empty spot as well as here. And so I thought I'm going to leave that empty on purpose because Mom just might have some pictures that she wants to do on her own. So the last thing I was doing last time I went live, although, you know what, a really weird thing happened, and hopefully it's not going to happen today. 6 minutes into my video, and I went about 40 minutes, I think it was, but 6 minutes into my video, all of a sudden YouTube stopped and I didn't realize. So we're recorded on my last video for like 6 minutes only and 41 seconds or something crazy like that. So I don't remember if we got to this point yet either. So this is like a little index card that I created using cardstock. I folded and mitered into rather than under, because this way there's nothing inside that's going to catch anything. This isn't going to quite fit. Oh, I guess it does. So this just gives you an example how there's nothing catching because the adhesive is on the outside. So I put this one on yesterday and I dusted my edges, as you can see, with smoky slate. And I was going to put this down, but I had the wrong size of circle die in front of me. And by then I was just kind of done and finished. So this is actually a 1.5 inch circle. We're going to put adhesive on that and put that together. And I'm going to leave this empty too so that Mom can tuck whatever she wants in there. And we'll just find a pocket that we can slip that into. Okay, so here we go. Let's grab our silicone mat. I have my friend Carol just on the other side of me, just because I wanted to teach her how to go onto YouTube. So she is quietly sitting there and watching the video. And then when she needs to go, she's just gonna scoot herself out. So, and the photos are lovely. Thank you so much for saying that. So now, because all of this folding is into this index card, when I put this down, all of that folding is now hid. So now we've got this perfect little envelope. Okay, I like to take this bone folder and I like to push the glue. See how some of it is oozing out there? You want to get that off right away. And this is why I like to work on my silicone mat. If you don't have a silicone mat, it's kind of a must-have. Or go to the dollar store and buy, see the ooze? Always be watching for that and aware of that. So I just kind of grab it and pull it into the item that I'm adhering down. And this is just helping to spread that glue everywhere that it needs to go. And then once I've done kind of all of that, I just clean it all up. Now, because there was some ooze, every now and then you need to actually clean it up a little bit. If you have glue in your album and on your elements, it's going to start becoming a really sloppy mess. Now, if it does ooze out quite a bit and you can't clean it, all you're going to do is you're going to let it dry, and then you're going to grab one of these and you're just going to clean that edge up using that, okay? Which reminds me, my friend left her little piece of that last time she was here, so I just flipped that across the table and handed that off to her. So here's our little envelope. Let's just tuck that into this pocket, or you can find another pocket because there's all kinds of pockets. That one is a little bit full. Let's see if I can find another pocket. Here's a pocket right here. We can pop that in there. Is that going to stick out? No. So we're just going to pop that in there. And if we put that underneath that picture, then it's not covering his little face. Okay, so there's that. Now we're going to work on our waterfall, leaving that empty onto the waterfall. Now these pictures are loosely placed. I don't even know. Yeah, this is just removable tape that I used. So, and I do repeat myself a lot, and I kind of do that on purpose. Partly to remind myself, but also to remind you. When you're working on a photo, so this is the actual photo, you don't want to put liquid glue down on a photo. So that's when you're going to take your Stampin' Seal or a tape runner or tear and tape, whatever it is that you're using, and you're going to put that picture down according to that. So I'm kind of close to the edge. I'm a little bit far there, which I don't really like. There we go. How are you doing there, Carol?
I'm watching.
Good. So I'm just trying to get in a little bit tighter to the edge. So let's pick that up. Let's grab our white. And like I said yesterday, although I got cut off, so I don't know, I probably hadn't gotten to this point. This white that I'm using is not Stampin' Up! White. It is just a pack. I don't know if I'm going to be able to bring it down here. It is just a pack of, oh, here we go, Staples cardstock, 110 pounds. So this is Staples high quality cardstock. I never use this for cards, but I always use it when I am matting my photos because I don't want to use my Stampin' Up! Paper to do that because that's a big expense. Now, we've got our tape down here. We've got our Staples mat. I like to line up using the longer edge because it kind of gives me a better guide and more to work with, I guess. So I hold my photo up and I eyeball left, right, and bottom, and I try as best as I can to be straight, and down it goes. Okay, so this edge here looks a tiny bit higher, so why don't we just give that a trim?
That's what I do.
Which is what I was doing. You do, eh? Yeah, I was doing that yesterday. So again, what I like to do is I like to line up the edge of the photo, not the mat, the edge of the photo right along this plastic guide here, and see how it's sort of moving left, right. I like to pull it as far left as I can at the same time as using that photo as my guide. So I don't know if you can see, but I've got like probably a 32nd of an inch of the photo showing there, and I'm pulling this guide that way. And let's just hold it down, and now I'm a little bit straighter and thinner. Let's do the same on that side. So again, pull that way, and I've got just a smidge of the photo showing, and I want to do that on this side too. So yeah, it's a little finicky when you get to this point. Now I like to mat with a white mat, but then I also like to mat with black. But because my waterfall is already black, I've got that matte, unless I wanted to do something funky. And you know, the fact that this is all black back there, I'm not liking that. So I'm going to matte that later with white and let Mom put her own pictures in there. Now, if I line, I'm not in camera, sorry. Let's go up here a little bit. If I line this picture up kind of in the center and I close this, I want to be sure that my photo is not peeking out. I've got little corners peeking out. You know what? I am choosing to move a little closer to the top, and I am okay that I've got this band of color back there because I prefer that look. Okay? I'm going to fix that later. So now that my photo is actually on cardstock, I can use my glue. And so we're just going to repeat that process for all 5 of these waterfalls. So closer to the top, and I just kind of eyeball left, right to make sure that I am about the same. So actually this border, that border, and this border are fairly similar. Good thing we've got Carol watching today, otherwise I'd be really lonely. Okay, let's flip this over. Same thing. I just loosely matted this, so we're going to put proper adhesive back there. And let's see if I can do this first swipe closer to my photo. Now, a lot of times people like to buy dollar store adhesive, but your book and your photos may not stay together if that's what you choose to use. So just be aware of that. It's that adage, you get what you pay for, I guess.
Is the Michael stuff okay? Off camera.
No. You know what? It depends what you're getting, but it's way better than dollar store. So if you go to a big box, my Stampin' Seal is being wonky here. It's only, oh, I see. I'm off my whatchamadooey, my roller. Yeah, you can get adhesive at Michael's, and it is much better than dollar store. I would never do dollar store adhesive, not even for cards. So again, I'm lining up the longer edge. It gives me a nicer chance. So I'm on purpose, I'm going to go more to the left here, and then I might only have to trim the right hand side. So I'm an eyeballer, I really am. Okay, so that is pretty good. We're just going to trim that edge there. We're going to pull our plastic. I'm still lining up using this as my straight edge. And sometimes I need to actually come off that straight edge if it's crooked on this side. Perfect. Let's do a tinge at the bottom. I don't even know if I need to. Looks good. So it actually just cut off right here. I could tell that I was a little bit crooked. And then I put my trash away right away, otherwise I get buried. Believe me, I've done it where I just kind of push it aside, and then next thing you know, it's like, I've got nowhere to go. Okay, let's get that adhesive down. It's a quiet day in YouTube land.
Nobody on, or they just don't, if they don't comment, you don't know if anybody's on.
Yeah, let me see. Sometimes I can tell if, I think there are a few people watching. So again, I'm going to eyeball the left side, the top, and the right side. And I kind of want equal distance all there with my photo. Okay, you know what? I'm not going to be able to. This photo is not as wide as the previous, which is fine. I still want a thin border at the top because when waterfall number 2 comes down, I don't want the bottom of this picture peeking out. I like that it looks, it's like a surprise. Every time you open it up, there's a surprise, okay? So let's get that adhesive nicely pressed down. Look at these little boys, and now they're all grown up. They're teenagers. This is so sad. It was funny. These two dudes, they're in their teen years. They went to band camp to Brandon this weekend, and they were sharing a room with 2 of their buddies. And I laughed so hard when my daughter told me this. They had it all planned. So when they packed their things to go, they packed a little 1-burner stove thing. So they weren't spending a lot of money in restaurants. So a little 1-burner stove thing and a pot. They walked across the street to Sobeys. This is hilarious. They bought themselves a couple of lobsters and some butter and some garlic. They went back to their hotel room. These kids are like 17 and 15. There's 4 of them. 2 of them are 17, 2 of them are 15. They cooked the lobster and they made their garlic butter, and they had a lobster supper. It's like, oh, that is too much. Okay, let's try to get close to the bottom of my picture. There we go. That's better. My adhesive had rolled off the roller. Only half of it was coming off. And sometimes when it doesn't come off, just give it a little tug on the silicone mat. That's why I do that. And then 1 down the middle. And then, no, it's not going to lift. And then onto our mat that's waiting for us.
Where do you get those tiny little silicone mats?
That is Stampin' Up.
Oh.
And so again, I'm gonna hug more to the left side, and then hopefully I will only have to trim the right side. Yeah, this is Stampin' Up. You can buy, like, I don't know if it's the same though, Carol, but you can buy what am I trying to say? One of those baking silicone mats. Yep. I don't know if it's the same thing. I do have some here. I should try and see if it's the same, but I wouldn't be without my silicone mat. So again, we're going to pull this towards the left, and I have just like a 32nd of an inch of this photo hanging over that plastic thing. And ooh, that was pretty skinny, but that's okay. And the bottom looks good. Okay, now we've got cardstock back there. On with our liquid glue. And we'll see how much time I have. I just might have time to do the front cover. I did a little bit of die cutting before I went live this morning. So I am eyeballing left, right, that I am about the same distance, and I've got this little 1/8 of an inch border at the top. Down it goes. Close that flap, the picture's hiding. So we are good. We are good for placement. Okay, this one, oh, I've already got the photo white mat. I just might leave that on there. Let's tuck that to the side for a second. So this is his baby shower that I threw for him way back when. And I think we're pretty good for placement here. I don't need to trim that. Is that going to, I just want to kind of do a little bit of a dry fit here with this flap closed. Yeah, I'm good. I just wanted to make sure that that photo wasn't super wide. Okay, let's get our tape down. Yeah, you can do all sorts of things on the silicone mat. Like sometimes when I need to add adhesive to a really small piece that I didn't put adhesive sheet behind, I'll put a blob of glue right on my silicone mat. And then I'm not worried. Okay, this is also not fully on there. Okay, eyeball left, eyeball top, and down she goes. Let's give that side just a smidge of a trim, and maybe the bottom. I am so excited that I am just about finished this album, so I get to move on to another. I have been decorating them with design paper, but no pictures. I don't know that I'm going to do lives showing the placement of those pictures, though. So pretty easy, right, Carol, to go live?
Well, we'll see. Then I'd run home, and if you're still on, I'll see if it's still working.
It'll probably shut down for a minute.
Yeah,
Because
I'll turn it off.
Yeah, because you won't have. Oh, are you heading out right away?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. You need to get going.
Salad with one of Sean's.
Well, thank you so much for coming over.
Thanks. We'll see.
And
we'll see if I show up.
And I hope that helps.
Yeah, we'll see.
And so next time when I go live, you can probably just do it on your own. Hi, Mona. Nice to see you. Oh, I can't wait to see it finished too, Mona. Okay, so we're going to eyeball that this is straight-ish, and it's like super crooked, but you know what? We're going to trim that. I don't think my black mat was cut nicely in the first place. I'm taking advantage of that wiggle room that I have. Carol, have a blessed day.
You too.
Have fun with your family.
You too. I'll get my card. I'll just leave it on the end of your table.
Oh, okay.
You have to look at it.
I will.
You have to look at it.
Okay.
It's a wowzer.
Have fun with your grandson.
Yeah, he's coming home, I think, with this.
Nice.
As far as I know.
Okay. You're welcome, Carol. Have a great day.
Thanks for your charging.
Oh, you're welcome. Did you grab your cord? Okay.
Yeah.
See ya. Sorry I'm not seeing you to the door,
That's okay.
but I'm hanging out with Mona now. Oh, yay, you're working on a mini album. Perfect. You know what? I actually, when I am working on an album by myself at home and not doing a live, I see a little bit of glue right there. I'm going to get that cleaned off before I forget. I love working on my own albums while I'm watching other people because I feel like I'm not working alone. So thanks for hanging with me. There, so that little bit of glue, pardon me, that was there has now been lifted. All right, so again, never put glue behind your photo. That's where you're going to use your tape. But because I've mounted this on cardstock, that's where I use my photo. Now, Mona, I can't remember if you were here when I said it. When I am making mats, so the white and the black for my photos, I actually don't use Stampin' Up! Paper. I use Staples, best quality cardstock that they have, because if I used my Stampin' Up! Cardstock for that, it would just cost me an arm and a leg because I like to mat my pictures. So I just use Staples, really good quality. Okay, now this is going to lift up, and I think I might put this black and white down right there. Now this side, that's all black, so the other side of my waterfall is all black, and I didn't realize that. I thought my whole book was matted. So I think, depending on the time, I think I might ignore that and work on that later. And then just go to my front cover because I did cut a few elements just to do some decorating. So Mona, when I'm done putting this down, I'll go back to the beginning of the page and I'll show you just a few of the pages that I've decorated and what I've done. So now I need a piece of black cardstock, and let me see if I have. So here I have a bag full of nice big pieces of cardstock. Let's see what we can find. Oh my goodness, it's not going to fit. I can't believe it. Do I have anything a little thicker? Yes, or a little wider. Here we go. There we go. I just found my mat. So what I'm going to do is I can actually measure this. So my picture is 5 7/8. So if I cut this, where did my pencil go? If I cut this at 5 3/4, 5 3/4. Oh no, I'm going backwards. I need it bigger. This is 5 7/8, so I'm going to go 6 by, and this is 3, and we're going to go by 4. 6 by 4. I'm going to cut that 6 by 4. And then if I need to do some trimming, I will. So is this? No, it's not. So let's go. Let's go 6 by 4. You made it home. There you go. I had Carol here with me because I was teaching her how to go live, or how to watch live on YouTube. So what did I say? 6 by 4. Let's see if I measured that right. We're going to soon find out. So I'm going to cover that writing, or you can just flip it on the other side. Or if you don't want to measure, you can make a little pencil mark. And, okay, that's great. Here's a picture. We are not putting adhesive on the picture. We are putting tape, or liquid adhesive. So I want to run my tape as close as I can to the edge. Make sure that my tape is not falling off my roller again. So Mona, who are you creating an album for? I'm curious. We're going to put that down and we're going to scoot to the front of the book and I will show you what I've done. So close to the edge, a nice big piece in the middle. And again, I like to line up my longest edge and I hug to one side and eyeball so that if I have to trim, I might only have to trim one side. My little not so little Daniel, yeah, I get it. I get it. Okay, so we are going to trim that black on that side and the bottom, and then I think we are good. So when I finish doing my live, I'm going to cover that. I'm not going to bother doing that live because I want to move on to some of the decorating. Now, if I placed this with a little border of the design paper at the top and close my last waterfall, I just want to make sure that my photo is not like sticking out at the bottom like that. Okay, so that's why I like to do that. So now that we've got cardstock down here, I can put adhesive. There we go. I didn't realize I wasn't fully in camera. So how old is Daniel now, Mona? I think our grandkids are sort of the same age-ish. Ish, maybe. So we are going to eyeball that we are square this way on left, right, and then about 1/8 of an inch or so from the top. So I like that placement right there. Like so. Yeah, 17.5. Oh my goodness. So Mona, he is just a little bit older than grandchild number 2. Okay, so now if I close this, this is covered. So this dude here is 25. He'll be 26 in July. Kills me to say that. This guy here is now 14. I can't even keep up with them. We have 10 grandchildren. Okay, so I had already placed this picture in one of our pockets so that it's protected because it's on the cover. And I actually put that down in haste. I should have waited because normally what I do is I kind of eyeball placement first before I put any adhesive down, but I didn't. I didn't this time. So I kind of left myself in a little bit of a jackpot. So I'm going to grab my tray that Darlene created, and I'm going to pop some of these out that I did just before I went live. So this is my packing tape trick. So I put packing tape down. No, all come off. My backing doesn't want to come. So I put packing tape down on my design paper, and then what I did was, okay, not all of that. And then what I did was I mounted it on our adhesive sheets. So there's 6 sheets in there, and they are, what are they? I think they're 4x4. No, they're 4x4 and 3/8 inch, and there's 6 sheets in there. But it's like our dimensionals, but it's a full sheet. Okay, So I need to be careful because some of this backing is off. So what I'm going to do is, what am I going to do? I know what I'm going to do. I need a little piece of plastic just so that I can lay those down, okay? So this is what it looks like. So there's packing tape down on the cardstock, okay? And there's the adhesive sheet. And I ran that through probably about 6 times, but the way the backing isn't wanting to fully come off, I should have maybe done it 7 times. But you know what? Now that I've got that plastic down, I'm not too worried. I'm trying to figure out exact placement of this. Let's just rip that and get this out. Yeah, I should have gone back a few more times. Come on, baby. We are going to use our scissors because this seriously does not want to come. And honestly, I usually don't have this problem, but this is called the going live effect. Yay, you caught me live, Vicky. Thank you for watching from Sydney, Australia. You know what? I am working on my grandson's album. Once I get these letters out, I'll show you what I've done. So this is my, I should have gone a few more times. Packing tape, design paper, and then dimensional sheet. So Owen's name, I'm just trying to figure out where this plastic here is not going to stay. It's just some of this backing has come off, and this E for Owen seems to really be giving me a hard time. I think I'm gonna, no, I might have to cut it. I might have to cut it. I want to see if I can just get, no. And you know, of course, this normally does not happen to me, but when you decide to go live, there it is. So this is an album that I taught a few years ago, and I still, if anybody is interested in creating an album such as this, I do have the PDF and a YouTube video class pre-recorded, waiting. If anybody's interested, let me know and I can send you the link. Okay, so the backing is totally off of that E. That is trash. Boy, next time I know I need to go back and forth several times. Okay, so how will we place this? I like to start more in the middle, and then this way, if you start at one end and then you realize that you didn't need as much room or you needed more room, now you're in trouble. So if you start in the middle and work your way to the left and the right, it's a little bit easier. I'm going to try to go as straight as I can, and I see that my E is going to be kind of right even with Mom's eyelash is where I'm going to start. So again, this is packing tape on design paper, and I want even. That's too thick. That is too thick. You know what? I have just the ticket. I have just the ticket. If I grab my placement tool, and I go about, do I want to be about 3/16 of an inch? I think that's where I want to be. Okay. We are going to go about right here with the E. Maybe I want to go 1/8 of an inch. You know what? I don't mind 3/16 now that I think of it. Okay, so there's my E. Let's go with our W. Kathy, hi darling. You know what? I am putting Owen's name on the front of his album, and so I had grabbed a 3/16. So let's just stick with that. And if I put that about there, that looks pretty good. Okay, and now we can grab our N and then our O. Kathy, I have some goodies for you here. Here's our N, and I am just eyeballing that I am about the same distance away from all of the letters. And now let's grab our O. Let's remove that backing. That's kind of fun. And let's go about 3/16 of an inch. So there is his name on the front of his book. Okay, so there's Owen. Done and done. I have several books decorated, and I am just waiting now to put pictures down. Now let's decorate this a little bit more. I did a little bit of pre-cutting in my tray here. I was thinking if I put that onesie down in that corner, I think I like that. What else do we have? And some blocks. I don't know about that blue though. I should have maybe cut. Ooh. Okay, wait a minute. I've got, this is the same as his name. That is the same as his name. So I've got building blocks and, okay, because I don't care for that blue against there. Let's put a pocket. Kathy, it's not a problem at all, but I just wanted to let you know. Okay, so let's put, I want to put, where are my glue dots? Excuse me. I want to put a glue dot behind that pocket just because it's going to give it just a tiny bit of dimension. I don't want any dimensionals on my front other than his name. Okay, so let's pop that pocket right there. And, I'm going to put tape on this side because I'm not sure about liquid glue. On my photo. Okay, so let's see how this looks. So if I just kind of kitty corner that, so I've got liquid glue on this side and I've got Stampin' Seal on that side. I like that. Oh, I'm so pleased. Okay, and so then if I don't like that blue, but I like this rattle. If we put that rattle there, and the ABC blocks down on this side, I think that would look cute. And I think that goes that way. And then I can call the front decorated, because I don't want to, I mean, you could keep adding and keep adding, right? Less is more. I have to keep telling myself, less is more. Okay, let's get, ooh, I'm a little nervous about this. I'm going to put liquid glue down on here and the handle. But you know what? I'm gonna let it sit for a bit. I'm gonna let it sit just so it's not so oozy. And as soon as I get these blocks down, I will show you the entire album. So there's the A. I'm not going to press it yet, just in case that glue decides to ooze. Just going to give it a second to kind of settle down. Whoops, it's oozing out. You want to clean that. You want to clean that. You don't want your album to be a sticky mess. And let's put some adhesive down on the C. So the blocks are done. That rattle has had a little bit of time to kind of simmer down a little bit. Okay, let's give these a little press. A, B, it oozed, and C. So we are going to clean that off right away. And if it's sticky, then I just give it a little bit of time to dry a little further, and then I take my eraser and I clean it up. Okay, let's get this rattle down, and I want it down on this plastic cover. I think I like it this way. Perfect, no oozing. It feels a little tacky. I'm going to let it dry, and then I'm going to come back with my eraser and clean that up. Yeah, I've got a little bit of probably from before, because I think that was there before. Okay, so let's take a look, and then I'm going to let you girls go, and then I'm going to continue putting the last design papers down on that waterfall. So this is what the album looks like if you are interested. Again, I think I actually, where would it be? I have a QR code. Okay, I'm in a hot mess here, girls. Believe you me. Let me see. If you're interested in my May virtual class, there's the QR code for that. And that class is so stunning. If you are interested in, maybe I don't have that QR code in front of me. I don't think I do. If you are interested in this album, drop me a line and I can send you the invite to that, which will give you more information, and you don't have to feel, you're not obligated when you click into it. You get to look at it. Okay, so this is Owen's book, and again, this is my packing tape trick, and this is what we just finished working on. So I think I like the cover. I don't want to put much more on it, okay? So now, let me take you for a little tour. Some of it is decorated, some of it isn't. So I have done a little bit of decorating already. As you can see, I've got little ephemeras here and there. This actually flips open, okay? And there's room for another picture or some journaling. I'm going to on purpose leave a few empty spots so that Mom can add her own thing. This is a pocket. So this dude is like minutes old here. So this is the entire family, okay? And then there's Grandma and Auntie, and that goes in the pocket. And Grandma, you can tell he's just like minutes old. Minutes old. This is my sister and her husband. Not the greatest picture of him, but it's all I had. There's our daughter and Mummy's auntie, our grandma. And there's our daughter again and a nephew. So that closes. This is magnetized. Here's some packing tape hearts. Okay. This is actually a paper clip, and I've got a video on how to do that with little pullouts. You can put like a little love note on there or a little message. So there's the paper clip. This flips open, and under here is another pocket. There's my mother and my father. Bless your heart, Dad. So this is all packing tape, and then this is just kind of fussy cut and made to fit. We're going to put that paper clip back. Some more ephemera that I did. This whole chunk here is the first signature, or page 1, depending on what you want to call it. This is a pullout, okay? So this is all him in that pullout. There he is with his big brother. And now that tucks back into that envelope, because that page, that whole page is an envelope. So now if I flip over, this is the back of page 1. This flips up, and this page is already decorated a little bit. Here I did a white onesie because he's got a white onesie on there. This flips open, and this flips open, and there's a place for journaling. So here's just a little sign that Big Brother made, and that was waiting for them when they came home. And then close that. Now this is the second signature, or page 2. Here's another pullout. Okay, that's Mummy's parents and Dean and I. So that gets tucked into that envelope like that. This is a little index card that I made. You can slip a picture in there, or a little journaling page, okay? This flips open like this, and this flips open on that side. There's no pocket on this side, but on this side, this is a little secret pocket. Look at those little purse lips. He did that so much when he was a baby. So this is going to just slip back in there, and it can hang out like that. Okay, here's another paper clip. This is a smaller paper clip. So it's just a little decoration with family is everything, and then I wrote a little note on there for him, and that just gets tucked into that little envelope there. And there is a YouTube showing you how I created that. And I already pulled that out. So now this is the back side of the second signature. This is just a pocket. There's no flap here. This is just a pocket. And this is another little, and I have a YouTube on that as well. You know how you would create one of those angled fun folds? This is basically an angled fun fold but I made it into pockets instead of a card. Now, I did a really goofy thing when I decorated this album with pretty paper. I kind of stayed in the baby theme here, and then all of a sudden on this spread, I went to fishing. Well, he didn't fish when he was an infant, okay? Like, what was I thinking? I'm not sure. So we've got, I'm going to stand that up tall instead. We go from infant to double digits. Was not thinking, okay? So this flap opens up here on this side, and this is a pocket with more pictures of my teenager, but here he's just a little gaffer. So this is all water elements, and then we scoot back to baby, like I wasn't thinking. This here was kind of interesting. Before I put this piece of design paper down, I actually took my word window and I cut a slit so that this could become another placement for a sentiment or a photo. Yeah, Kathy, wasn't thinking there. Anyway, so here we go, our 10-year-old, and here is signature number 3, which is the final signature. There are 3 pages. Pull out. He's still a young lad here, not a baby, hanging with his dad. That goes back into the pocket. Flip it over, and now he's an infant again. Go figure. Go figure. Anyway, this is a pocket. There's no flap here. This is just a pocket. I fussy cut him in his blanket that I made him, and then I adhered that down onto a piece of white cardstock. Again, my inexpensive but Staples most best quality cardstock for all of my matting, okay? And here I created a little book. I rounded all my corners. I'm going to let Mom do what she wants in there. And now we are back to our baby. This is just a big flip out book like that. Ooh, I've got another picture. Oh no, I don't. It's already, that goes in the pocket. That's why it was there. Okay, so that whole booklet and this little booklet goes back in that pocket. Here's a little flap. I'm going to leave that blank for Mom. This flap actually opens up. There's a magnet. You can hear it. There's a magnet there. So I'm going to leave those empty so that she can decide what she wants. And then here's our last page, which is our cover, which is our waterfall. And when I went to put the pictures in this morning, I was thinking my waterfall was totally complete, and it wasn't. I thought I had design paper on everything. So rather than putting these photos down on the black, because I couldn't do that, I'm going to just take the time this afternoon and I am going to finish that up. And then other than further embellishments inside the book, this book is complete, okay? So I get to move on to another one. So I'm going to take the time to decorate the back and the black side of my waterfall. So here is my 5-page waterfall. And I also want to put, what I like to do here, do I have anything kicking around? So I went to the dollar store and I purchased one of these clear cases that has a divider. I've got my longer pieces in the back of scrap, like after I've cut it. So like this would go back there. And all my shorter, smaller pieces I put on the front side so that I'm not always looking for my paper and I know that it's in my bin, okay? So the same paper that I've used to cover that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the time to look through that slot and see, like this is too short, but I am going to place design paper down in between each of the waterfalls, okay? Just so that it pretties it up. Like if you leave it black, this gives you an idea of what it would look like. Pretend you're not seeing that, but see how that just finishes it to put that strip down there, okay? So I'm going to put design paper here and a strip of design paper on, on each in between. Okay, so this one was done. So that gives you an idea of what it looks like opposed to this. Okay, so when I put that design paper down, I'm going to decorate this with design paper kind of according to what's here to make sure it matches. I'm going to make sure that these two match each other along with this. Now, it doesn't have to be super matchy-matchy, but close. So that is Owen's book. Now, as you can see, it's pretty thick. It's pretty thick, but you know what? It's gorgeous and I can't wait. So maybe, just maybe, this Christmas I will have all 10 done. Owen's is done. Katie's is done. It's a different book, but this is Katie's. And then Seth's is done. And Seth's is entirely different as well, but all of the other books are going to be the same. So I've got 3 down, I've got 7 to go. So let's see what happens. Anyway, thank you so much for hanging with me and for allowing me to show off my project that I can't wait to gift this Christmas, hopefully. If not, it's going to be next Christmas for sure. So when we go camping this summer, I'm concentrating on pictures. Pictures and pretty paper. Pictures and pretty paper. So that's the plan. That's the plan. So again, thank you for hanging out with me. We will talk to you later. Have a blessed rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend. I've got to set up. I've got a class tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. and I'm excited about that. We will talk to you later. Have a great rest of your day. Bye now.